They're the most dangerous men in tennis. Each one of them has something, a shot, a trait, a skill that separates them from the rest of the tour. These aren't just the best players in the world. They're the ones who figured out how to weaponize their strengths and dominate the sport. From nuclear forehands to untouchable backhands, from unmatched speed to the greatest return in tennis history. This is Hot Take Tennis, and today we're breaking down the biggest weapon of every ATP top 10 player. Jannik Sinner is the quiet storm of men's tennis. He doesn't yell, he doesn't showboat, and he certainly doesn't panic. At just 22 years old, he's already climbed to the very top of the rankings. And he's done it with a game that's as cold and calculated as a chess grandmaster. Sinner's strength lies in his mentality.
At the end, it's tennis is a game. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. You cannot do so much about, and it's just about to give 100%, to have the right attitude on the court, and the rest you can't really control. Especially your opponent. If your opponent serves well or plays well in that day, you cannot control. So I always give it 100% what I can, and that's it.
His ground strokes are elite, especially that clean, compact backhand, but it's his mental game that separates him. He plays like he's on autopilot, point after point, the same intensity, the same precision. He breaks players down, not with variety, but with relentlessness. It's like water on stone. And when the pressure's highest, he becomes even more composed. In 2024, he had the best breakpoint conversion rate on tour at 48.7%. That's not luck. That's steel. He's the anti-Alcaraz, less sizzle, more silence, but don't confuse that for weakness. His ability to emotionally flatline is his superpower. Carlos Alcaraz is chaos incarnate. The 21-year-old Spaniard is pure adrenaline. Every point is a roller coaster. He brings the kind of flair we haven't seen since peak Federer, but with the explosiveness of young Nadal. And his biggest weapon? It's the forehand drop shot combo. He sets it up perfectly, blasting away heavy forehand to push you back, then feathering a drop shot that barely clears the net. It's a 1-2 punch that turns defenders into statues. His forehand alone is a cannon. He hits it with over 90-mile-per-hour average speed, more than almost anyone else on tour. Then he throws in the best drop shot in the game. But it's not just skill, it's will. The kid refuses to go away. He's saved 67% of breakpoints this year, top 5 on tour. That clutch gene paired with that forehand chaos makes him the most exciting, weaponized athlete in the sport. Alexander Zverev is polarizing. He's somewhat stoic, intense, and often controversial. But when it comes to raw ball striking, he's top tier. His two-handed backhand is the best on tour. Full stop. It's flat, deep, accurate, and dangerous under pressure. It's not just a rally shot, it's his biggest weapon. Zverev wins over 54% of backhand exchanges, longer than 4 shots, more than any other top 10 player. And he can do it from anywhere, cross court, up the line, on the run. He leans on it in tight spots. It's what gives him control when everything else is shaky. And when he's locked in, that shot is untouchable. Taylor Fritz might not be the most athletic guy on tour, but don't let that fool you. He's a tactician, and his brain is his biggest asset. Fritz's weapon is his tennis IQ. He reads the game better than most, choosing smart targets, constructing points with precision, and knowing exactly when to go big. His serve placement is surgical. He wins 78% of first serve points not by bombing it, but by putting it exactly where it hurts. He knows his strengths and limitations, and he's one of the few top 10 guys who rarely beats himself. His average unforced errors per set, just 10.5. Fritz is proof that if you can outthink the competition, you don't have to outrun them.
So just depending on kind of how it's going, like I said, the flow of the match,
Yeah.
I can decide how aggressive I want to be on a big point. You know, if I feel like I've had some break points, they've come up with really good shots, like they're beating me, then it's like, okay, I need to play this point more aggressively to try to win it, because they've shown me that they're going to beat me in the point if I play too safe. But if I feel like that they're tight, they're going to miss, you know, they want me to make a mistake, then I'll just, like I said, hit to whatever side I think's a little sketchier from them, they're going to be a little more tight on, and, you know, let's see you beat me.
Novak Djokovic is the greatest men's player of all time. 24 slams, 400 plus weeks at world number 1, and a mental toughness that defined an era. But if we have to choose one weapon that made him the GOAT, it's his return of serve. Djokovic wins 33.7% of first serve return points and 56.4% of second serve points, both highest among active players. He neutralizes power like no one else in tennis history. His split step, timing, balance, and anticipation are off the charts. He's turned matches with that one shot alone and broken the will of massive servers like Isner, Raonic, Kyrgios, and even Federer. That return, paired with his icy aura, is the reason why even at 38 years old, Novak is still one of the biggest threats to win slams. Quick timeout, if you're enjoying this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe. Only 8% of you watching are subscribed, and it helps us keep pumping out hot takes like these if you click that button. Alright, thanks so much, back to the weapons. Jack Draper is the lefty wildcard of the ATP Elite, and if he stays healthy, he might just become a slam contender. His weapon? His lefty pattern play. He uses the geometry of the court better than most. His forehand to your backhand? Vicious. His slice serve out wide? Elite. Draper wins 62% of forehand to backhand baseline exchanges, higher than any other lefty in the top 50. He opens up that space and then punishes it. Combine that with a heavy topspin forehand and tactical awareness, and you've got a guy who's quietly building a lethal left-handed arsenal. Lorenzo Musetti plays tennis like it's art. His one-hander is gorgeous, his shot selection is creative, and his movement is smooth as silk. But his biggest weapon? We think it's his defense. He slides into corners, digs out impossible balls, and makes you hit one more shot every time. He wins 41.2% of points from defensive positions, which ranks in the top 10 on tour. That's elite. He's a master of neutralizing aggression. And he doesn't just defend, he counterpunches. That one-handed backhand pass? Pure class. Tommy Paul has a motor that doesn't quit. He's quick, agile, and fearless, and he's finally breaking through. His biggest weapon is his speed. He's the fastest guy in the top 10, and he knows how to use it. He gets to everything, drop shots, lobs, wide balls, and he turns defense into offense in a heartbeat. He's also sneaky strong in transitioning, finishing 74% of net points this year. Tommy's speed lets him shrink the court. Against him, you feel rushed even when you're the one attacking. Holger Rune is fire and fury. He's emotional, he's volatile, and he believes. Rune's weapon is dual, his self-belief and his backhand. His mental edge is underrated. He believes he can beat anyone, anytime, and he fights like it. Now, it can lead to some blow-ups on court, but overall, it fuels a backhand that's compact, explosive, and surgical. He wins 68% of backhand cross-court rallies over 5 shots, best in the top 10. He's a fighter with a scalpel, and when he's locked in, he's scary. Ben Shelton plays like a highlight reel. He's brash, fearless, and big serving, and his biggest weapon is the classic lefty 1-2 punch. He hits the wide serve, follows it up with a forehand, and boom, points over. His serve tops 140 miles per hour regularly, and he wins 79% of points when he lands it. But it's the follow-up forehand that makes it deadly. Shelton doesn't grind, he goes for it, and when it lands, you feel like you've been hit by a truck. From Sinner's steel mind to Shelton's serve bombs, from Djokovic's GOAT return, from Musetti's balletic defense, these are the weapons that keep the ATP Top 10 a battlefield. So now we ask you, the viewer, who's got the most unstoppable weapon? What would you steal for your own game? Drop it in the comments. This is Hot Take Tennis. We'll see you next time.
Ah!